What's going on, guys? My name is the Afk Obby, and today I am bringing you an absolutely massive money making guide. This guide is directed towards anyone looking to make profits via skilling with an Obby combat moneymaker thrown in right at the beginning. This might sound lame for me to say, but thank you so much for 250 subscribers. Only 3% of those that watch my videos subscribe, so please feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see when I upload, or roll your eyes, dislike the video, and comment down below 96% so I can get it rubbed in my face. If you're watching this video, that means that I either make videos fitting your needs, or you're sleeping on the couch and this is on autoplay, and if that's the case, Alexa, subscribe to the Afk Obby on YouTube and play his videos on repeat for the rest of the night. Thank you for watching, and please do enjoy. First up, we have combat. Skillers, feel free to skip ahead, but Obby, stay to hear about obtaining Numulite. Numulite is great passive GP while killing Ammonite crabs. Either use the fossils obtained from crab killing for display cases and Slayer XP, or trade them in for more Numulite. Sell all of your Numulite at the Grand Exchange. Equip a Ring of Wealth to auto pick up the Numulite and make life easier for yourself. The second method for obtaining GP via strength is the obvious one, PvP. We know that it's in a bad state and bring back Bounty Hunter, but for now this is still a great money making method, especially with loot keys. Loot keys do away with the added pressure of looting, and everything your opponent drops sits within a key ready to be turned in and banked. Magic is pretty tough when it comes to making money as a traditional Obby due to the capped magic level. Equip your Zamorak Monk top and bottoms, head north of Falador and telegrab the Zamorak wine sitting upstairs in the tower. World hop immediately after you telegrab and keep moving along. Doing this should bring in 8k XP per hour and 125k GP per hour. When your inventory is finished, tele to Falador, bank, and head back north to continue. Even better for magic is Alching. High Alching, to be more specific, is unlocked at level 55. At this level, go to alchemate.com, look at what you can afford in-game, how much profit it can bring you, buy in bulk from the GE, and start alching. Profits depend on what you buy, as prices are always changing, but XP should be 78k per hour. Moving on to everyone's favorite skill that got a massive buff, we have Runecraft. Starting from level 1, you can do Ourania Altar. This isn't recommended, but GP and XP would depend on whatever level you decide to start at. All loot from this is random depending on your level 2, but I recommend staying on main world as you will get hit far less often while running back and forth from the altar to the bank. On a more positive note, Guardians of the Rift is unlocked at level 27. I recommend getting Runecraft to 10 via Enter the Abyss, then doing the Temple of the Eye quest. You need it for Guardians of the Rift anyway, and it puts you straight to 27. When all is said and done, expect over 20k XP per hour and profit is over 100k GP per hour. Feel free to watch my Guardians of the Rift guide linked below, or another one you may have found or prefer. Level 77 Runecraft, the ever so sought after level for many skillers and peers alike. 73 agility is recommended for this method as it will bring in 400k GP per hour and 38k Runecraft XP per hour. This may very well be the craziest thing you've heard today, but you can make money from construction via Wintertodt. XP per hour scales off of your construction level, but I recommend getting your construction to level 30, then doing some solo Wintertodt for between 10k and 17k XP per hour. If the added bonus of woodcutting, fletching, and fire making XP isn't enough, then the pet chance and 250k GP an hour should be. Skillers, please don't be mad at me, but quick combat break. Obbies, do Soul Wars, find a boosting CC, and if you're an Obby elite like me, find my video on Discord. Either go ham going for the pet and bank 400k to 500k GP per hour, or go for the HP experience getting 50k to 75k XP per hour. Alright, no need to cringe for the rest of the video, skillers. The rest of these methods are for everyone collectively. What may very well be the new most unpopular skill in the game, we have agility. One viable method for agility is simply doing rooftop courses for 100k GP per hour by turning in your Marks of Grace for Amulites crystals and gain between 10k and 65k per hour in experience. At 30 agility, you can take your talents to the desert and begin the agility pyramid. I would recommend doing the pyramid at 75 agility, as you then have a 0% fail rate. At 75 agility, expect 44k XP per hour and upwards of 250k GP per hour. Herblore is tricky. It's tricky because you need to watch a herb calculator and decide what you are going to clean for a potential profit. On the plus side, you can make 75k XP per hour and a 300k profit per hour. Downside is you need loads of starter GP, and it is very click intensive, so sometimes recommended to click really fast on mobile. At 31 Herblore, you can spice it up with 80 Hunter by doing Herbiboar on Fossil Island. This brings in very little XP with it being 1k to 3k per hour, but the profit is decent with it being 115k plus per hour on top of a potential for pet. Thieving is a pretty solid moneymaker, especially with RNG on your side. Doing Pyramid Plunder requires 21 plus thieving. With the higher you're thieving, the more rooms you unlock. You can hit the jackpot while thieving here by getting a Pharaoh Scepter, which is currently valued at around 4 million GP. Without the Scepter, you can still bank in over 100k GP per hour and 80k XP per hour. Pickpocketing Master Farmers is something I never thought to be a great moneymaker, but it turns out it really is. With full rogues outfit, dodgy necklaces, a seed box, and 71 farming, you can get some massive GP per hour. At the higher end thieving levels, you can get over 1 million GP per hour. Level 38 is required to begin pickpocketing them, and XP will start at around 27k per hour, ending at 125k per hour. A more known thieving method used because of the high XP is Ardoin Knights. If XP is your main goal and GP is the icing on the cake, as soon as you reach level 55, join a thieving CC. The 2 CCs you see listed place a splasher in the Ardoin bank and splash the knight to make thieving seamless and easy. 50k XP per hour towards the 55 threshold and 250k XP per hour towards 99. You're looking at between 60k and 300k GP per hour Ardy Knights with the full rogues outfit, dodgy necklaces, and the thieving CCs paving the way for you. With crafting, there are tons of methods that can fit your needs. But for now, let's focus on crafting jewelry. You can visit the Osrs Wiki's crafting calculator to see what can make you the most profit and what levels are required. XP per hour will range between 28k and 95k depending on what is being crafted, while GP per hour will range between 80k and 200k. Doing this method is recommended with the Edgeville furnace as the furnace is so close to the bank. A method you can never go wrong with is spinning flax into bowstring. Grab yourself a bunch of flax once you reach crafting level 10 and head to Lumbridge Castle. Go to the top floor, withdraw an inventory of flax, go down one floor to the second floor into the left room and click on the spinning wheel. Select the bowstring, let the inventory convert into bowstring and repeat the process. 20k XP per hour and 100k GP per hour is to be expected from this method. This might be an unorthodox method, but crafting jute fibers into drift nets isn't half bad once you reach crafting level 26. 50k to 60k per hour and 150k to 200k GP per hour isn't horrible considering how low of a level you can be to do this. It is recommended to have 29 construction and build the loom on Fossil Island, as it is the fastest route possible from a loom to a bank. Fletching unstrung bows is pretty self-explanatory. Start with maple longbows at 55 fletching and move to yew longbows at 70. Do yew longbows until magic longbows at level 85. 85k XP per hour is what you can expect with the maple logs cut into unstrung longbows and upwards of 100k plus with magic logs into the longbows. GP with this method typically profits between 100k and 200k GP per hour. Same can all be said about stringing the longbows. Starting with maple bows at 55, get at least 14 unstrung longbows and 14 bowstrings. Use the bowstrings on the longbows to string them. Yew longbows can be strung at 70 and magic longbows can be strung at 85. Between 130k and 210k XP is to be expected depending on which bow is being strung, while obtaining between 250k and 330k GP per hour. Hunter has one of my favorite passive GP and XP methods, that method being birdhouses. All you need is 5 hunter and 5 crafting, then you can begin placing birdhouses in the 4 slots around Fossil Island. If you've never been on Fossil Island before, I have a great guide showing you all teleports and birdhouse locations. Birdhouses can be emptied every hour, so between 1120 and 4.8k XP is what you will get, while GP depends on your RNG. Some runs you may get nothing and some runs you may get over 100k. Next up from Hunter is one you may not have heard about because I sure never did. Hunting saber-toothed Kebbits with deadfall traps. You get Kebbit teeth doing this method, and while the GP is very decent being 350k per hour, the XP is low being 20k per hour. This method got me thinking though, does anyone want to see a money making video with methods not often done or seen? I think it'd be fun to put together, so let me know if you'd enjoy seeing that in the comments below. On to the hunter method that we all know and love, Chinchompas. Starting at level 53, you can hunt Chinchompas, resulting in about 44k XP per hour and 170k profit per hour. At level 63 hunter, you unlock carnivorous Chinchompas, and 80 hunter unlocks black Chinchompas. These are the big boys that can bring in around 94k XP per hour and over 700k GP per hour. I recommend you be very careful as the black chins are in the wildy, so be wary while making those gains. Last for hunter we have, of course, Herbiboar. Bringing in 100k Hunter XP per hour, this method is great for XP and has the chance for the Herbiboar pet. This method also requires 31 Herblore, and it is recommended to have a revitalization pool or higher, some staminas if no pool, full graceful, and the herb sack. You can also expect around 115k GP per hour from the herbs you get. Mining is a gathering skill, so anything you mine brings in profit. At level 10 you can start mining tier 1 stars, 20 mining is tier 2 unlocked, 30 mining tier 3, and so on. If you want to go down this route, I highly recommend joining a friend chat like Star Miners to maximize the stardust you get per hour. Between 15k and 30k is where you will sit XP wise while bringing in around 100k per hour when turning in your stardust. If you've done mining before, I'm sure you found yourself in the Motherlode mine. Level 30 is required to enter, and you mine veins to collect pay dirt. Turn the pay dirt into the hopper to clean and collect ores. 72 mining and 100 gold nuggets give you access to the top floor where the quality of life improves tremendously. XP per hour is about what you'd expect with between 15k and 50k, while profits will range from 25k to 250k. If you've got the screen time and want to bang out some nice mining XP while getting very solid GP, allow me to introduce you to the blast mine. This mining method is very click intensive, but just look at this XP and GP per hour. Starts at 40k XP per hour and reaches 65k XP per hour. GP per hour starts at 250k and reaches 500k GP per hour. Make sure to watch an efficiency guide to get your routes down. At level 92 mining, you can now mine Amethyst. I've been on this grind myself for a few days, and it is so AFK that it gives the AFK Obby goosebumps, baby. With GP per hour reaching 400k, the only downfall to this is getting only 17k XP per hour. With what very well may be the most popular smithing method known as Kind, we have Cannonballs. Slower XP than even Amethyst mining, you reach a whopping 13k XP per hour. Profits, however, often fluctuate due to the prices of steel bars, but at the time of recording this video we profit about 175k per hour. After the Dwarf Cannon quest and 35 smithing, this is a solid moneymaker. Every inventory ends at the exact same time, making this ideal for AFK skilling with profit. Going almost opposite of the Cannonballs, we have Mithril Dart Tips. Smithing dart tips will require the completion of the quest Tourist Trap and 54 smithing. Smithing the dart tips will bring in much better XP per hour than Cannonballs, being 47k XP per hour. GP per hour is almost a third, being 65k GP per hour. This is up to you from a personal standpoint. 1/3 the GP for 3 times the XP choosing Mithril Dart Tips, or 3 times the GP for 1/3 of the XP choosing Cannonballs. A low-level fishing moneymaker with a pet chance is Tempoross. This is a safe fishing minigame requiring only 35 fishing. I recommend watching my guide or anyone else's you may prefer before trying it out. When you do try, however, look forward to getting 40k to 70k XP per hour and between 35k and 70k GP per hour. Slightly more GP per hour is catching raw sharks. Sharks are much slower, XP being only 17k per hour, but the GP per hour is bumped up to 100k per hour. 76 fishing is required, but having 90 plus fishing is recommended, as well as having a dragon harpoon and being in the fishing guild. The slowest but best profit fishing method is catching raw anglerfish. This can be done at level 82 fishing and after 100% Piscarilia's favor. XP per hour is super low, being between 9k towards level 82 and 18k per hour closer to level 99. GP per hour starting out as 125k per hour, reaching up to around 260k per hour. Be sure to have Spirit Flakes and equip your Rada's Blessing for better chances of catching 2 anglerfish at once. Get your cooking gauntlets ready because it's cooking time, baby. Cooking lobsters is going to give you 150k XP per hour and profits of 50k per hour. Level 40 is required, and as always, recommended is cooking gauntlets in the use of the Hosidius range, meaning you need 100% Hosidius favor. Same thing with the Monkfish, we are just moving down the line. 62 level requirement, bringing better XP at 190k per hour with 120k GP profit per hour. Again, use the cooking gauntlets in the Hosidius range. Breaking the chain, let's briefly discuss pineapple pizzas. In OSRS, I guess pineapples really do go on pizzas because I had no idea that this was even a thing. 14 pineapple slices and 14 plain pizzas at level 65 can give you not only 112k XP per hour, but 400k GP per hour in profits. What? Back to Hosidius with the cooking gauntlets on, pull out the anglerfish. These will bring you in 290k XP per hour and 200k GP per hour. Lastly, with cooking, we have dark crabs. Cooking gauntlets won't work here, so it is highly recommended to have 99 cooking when doing these. The level requirement is only 90 however, but the XP per hour is perfect at 270k per hour. GP per hour is even better with it being 350k GP per hour. Please never do this. It was a joke, and could you please comment down below and promise me that you will never do this? Don't ever burn maple logs level 45 fire making and sell the ashes. The 80 to 120k XP per hour and 45 to 65k GP per hour is not worth it. I'm literally begging you. Everyone's favorite chat spot, Wintertodt. There is no point in not doing Wintertodt at this point. I highly recommend staying 10 HP and blowing through Wintertodt at rapid speeds, with XP per hour being 150k to 200k depending on fire making level, and the GP per hour being 250k. Being able to get a pet only makes Wintertodt 10 times better. This is also great for leveling woodcutting, fletching, and construction. Your XP scales by their respective skill levels. Woodcutting trees is another gathering skill where every XP earned is also profit. Focusing on teaks, mahogany, and magic trees for this method, you can start obtaining solid profits by level 35. XP per hour will fall between 30k and 40k, while GP per hour is a solid 140k to 160k. Chop any trees in the guild with your best axe if possible. I'm not quite sure if you've heard of Solia Seps, but I know my fellow Obbies have. Solias are on Fossil Island, and I highly recommend you watch a guide prior to the 65 woodcutting for the route you need to take. Solias dish out amazing XP between 80k and 110k XP per hour, but the GP per hour lacks a bit, being only 50k GP per hour. Farming isn't too tricky when bringing in profits. Tree and fruit trees won't do it, so you need to find those little runs like limpworts or herbs to make a little money. At level 9 farming, you can start planting herbs. XP per hour will only be between 600 and 11k, while GP per hour will depend on your herb protection and RNG. May all of your herbs always survive. A herb price calculator will be your best friend when going down this route. At 85 farming, you unlock hard farm contracts in the farming guild. These contracts require you to plant and harvest specific trees, herbs, flowers, and other things around the farming guild for seed packs. These seed packs will give you between 23k and 99k profit most of the time. Try to have contracts pre-planted, as that may help you in the long run. There we have it, over 40 money making methods for skillers and obby pures. What did you think of the video? Anything I can do better? Any other money making methods you can think of? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you and have an amazing day.